Hey guys, welcome to another AV Educates AV Tech Talks podcast. It's me, Omar Colom, and Austin Jackson here to kick it off today with our newest podcast called "You're Pretty Good at This for a Girl." So Austin, we haven't talked yet, but I got some emails to some messages, not emails, right? Some messages. Upset about this article, particularly the verbiage I used on it, even though it's from the article directly. But we have a panel here with us today to talk about this and to expand on this article, not just debate it, but which is the wrong verbiage I used, correct? But to expand on what is said within the article, within the topics that are discussed. We have Trevor Zulinki on, Mary Sterling, Iris Huff, Steffi Nisi, we have Nina, and we have Eric Frenchie Azulio. This is going to be an awesome panel. I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm hoping I haven't offended too many people.
Definitely don't hope for that at all, but with such a huge roster and a big lineup that we got, definitely get to see someone else's point of view and get to understand someone else's their insight on the industry behind the scenes and kind of things from their perspective. One of the biggest forms of communication is obviously coming to an understanding. So we like to hear other people's point of view so that we can come to an understanding as to where we are at and where we should be and make sure that we're not offending anyone in the workplace and whatnot. So I'm really looking forward to it tonight.
Yeah. So why don't I start introducing our panel with us, right? So first I'll go with Mary Sterling.
Hi.
Hello, Mary. Hi. So Mary was the first to kind of, not the first, but one of the first to reach out to us and comment on this article in particular. So Mary, thank you for being here. Next, we'll bring on Trevor Zulinki, who's also with us. Trevor's
Trevor?
What's going on?
What's good? So Trevor's a good friend of ours. Also was commented on the post as well. That was about this, particularly the article in general. Was one of the ones, as well as Becky Campbell, who wasn't able to make it tonight, and a couple other people, about the verbiage that I used incorrectly, which I apologize. Thank you for knowing me personally and saying, "Hey, that's not what you meant." And like, you're right. Next, I'll bring in Iris Huff. I'm sorry, am I saying your name right, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes, perfect. So Iris Huff as well commented on the article. Was kind enough to join us as well in this podcast. We're hoping to get some feedback from everybody here. I also have Eric French Azuli. How we doing, brother?
Frenchie.
Eric is here with us as well to comment and to kind of bring a perspective with the community here. And I will bring the next one, which is Stephanie Nisel. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, it's Nacelle.
Nacelle. Okay. Nacelle, so commented on the post as well. And I want to welcome you guys. Thank you for being here. And I have one more special guest with us as well tonight, which is Nina.
Naya.
Oh my God.
Hello.
That's it. I'm going to just shut up now. Austin, you take over, man.
Oh, wow. This gets thrown on me. But Naya, thank you for being another great guest to join us. And first and foremost, thank you to all the guests who decide to come together and make tonight happen. Thank you for dedicating your time. And I know this is going to be super interesting. So without further ado, Omar Asela, let's just dive right in.
So let's perfect. So the title for this is "You're Pretty Good at This for a Girl," right? And I just want to say that was the title used for the article, and everybody here's read the article. Out there in Facebook land, if you guys have any comments or anything, we will bring them up here. If you can see, I just brought in one here. So anything you guys will bring, we will include into this conversation with us and try to answer as best we can. So, some of the things I want to talk about from the article itself, right? And I'm just going to dive in. We're going to jump around here, right? So I'm a Latin male, right? I was raised by men. I'm ex-military, so very alpha lifestyle. In my opinion, and I'd love to hear the panel here, and whoever wants to go first can go first on this, right? I think the article is written very well, and I think it is a very well-written article as far as the perception from both the male and the female side of the industry. Now, one thing that I immediately was taken back by is that, and obviously she explained it in a better manner, and I'd love to hear the double-edged sword to this, right? The where you have seen this as a plus, yes, I understood this version, and that guy may have thought he was doing that, but that shit was wrong, right? So the one I'm talking about in particular is, as a Latin male, I've been taught to respect women by helping, right? So if I see you doing something, my instinct is to help you, but that comes from a place of respect because I was taught to respect women, not a place that's like, oh, she must be weak, I must take over. What are men doing? I see Mary with the eyes. What are men doing that we're giving off the wrong impression, right? And what have you seen on both sides of that, right? Hey, I've seen a scenario where, yes, that guy was coming from a genuine place of respect and gentlemanly, right? Or is that not a thing anymore? And on the other side of that, I've seen it where that guy was trying to take over. He was being an asshole, straight up.
Mary, I'm dying to hear what you had to say. I saw it all over your face.
I saw that. Yeah, the eye rolling. I was like, oh man, I'm already starting off bad.
So, oh geez, it's when. God, now I'm on the spot. I'm on when. So there's one thing about chivalry being like chivalry. I've like been. Chivalry is supposed to be the code in which you treat people that are supposed to be like less somehow needing help. And I know it's the mentality that like I'm supposed to help them because they're a woman, but it's the fact that because I'm a woman, you're doing this. Like I'm on the androgynous non-binary scale. So like when I go to work and people can't figure out that I'm a girl, I get drastically less help. And that's a big, huge like equality basis when like I'm doing work and want to be seen as an equal. And then no matter what I'm doing, I have somebody trying to take my gig to try to be nice. Like, I get it and thank you, but no thank you.
I totally get where you're coming from. And I like the perspective that you brought in that, between when people can't tell, you're physically seeing this dramatic difference between, hey, I'm a girl, this guy's gonna help me, and hey, you don't know what I am, and you're treating me like an equal now, right? Is that what I'm hearing correctly?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's it come from a military experience. I used to travel a lot, and I used to not wear my uniform when I traveled because I'd get treated differently because wearing my uniform. Not that, hey, I served my country, did all this cool stuff, but because I was wearing the uniform, I got treated differently versus when I wasn't wearing the uniform, which always bothered me. So I totally get where you're coming from in that perspective. So that's interesting for me to learn right there. Anybody else have anything? Go ahead.
Yeah, if I may interject for a minute, my answer to the first post, and that's why I'm here tonight. For the past 10 years, I've been an active member of the AnitaB.org and the Grace Hopper celebration, celebrating women in science and technology. This year is a very special year. I don't know if you've all seen the result of all the Nobel this year, but the Nobel Prize in Physics for the fourth time has been given to a woman. And yesterday, the Nobel Prize of Chemistry has been given to another team of two women, without the help of any man. And it's a first. It's a first. The evolution of women in technology in general is true. It's something that has been happening more and more and more, and women have become a force to be reckoned with in any area of science. The CEO of AMD, which is one of the biggest technology company, is a woman, and she's a big advocate for women in science and in tech. And what we're all doing is considered tech. It's entertainment, but it's tech. It's tech, and more it's starting to become even more techier than it was. So with my background being French and metrosexual, and there's a lot of shit that are said about the French, and it's we've tried for multiple years to have women president. I think that You know, women have proven. Most of my friends, I was on a gig last week with one of the best Jeep operator in the circuit, Melissa Lynch. Um, I'm gonna tell you one thing: everywhere a woman touch is always appreciated. There's a night, there's a sing. No, um, saying that men and women are equal. No, they're different, but that's what makes it worth it. It's accepting that difference and promoting it. At least that's my take on it.
That's a very good take. No, and I like where you're coming from. So Frenchie, we're saying that you're seeing more and more of the integration and
Of
more of
course.
the women being promoted for what they're doing now. You know, like I could think of a movie that just came out a couple of years ago, actually, about the women from NASA who you know were the pioneers
Yes.
in the engineering of the NASA program. They didn't,
Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures, yeah.
right.
Yeah.
They didn't get credit for what they did, but had they could have been. They should have won a Nobel Peace Prize. They should have been on top of that. They should have been on top of that level of recognition that the rest of these guys got. You know, not just the 4 men that went to the moon, because they wouldn't have got there. It wasn't for these women who did all the programming and made the
Yes,
math
sir.
work. Right.
Absolutely.
Go ahead, Iris.
I think you have very.
I'm just going to say that as far as chivalry goes, I'm part of an organization that does medieval historical recreation for fun. And so our version of chivalry does sometimes come into play there. But here's a story. I am Hotel AV. I work as part of an in-house crew. So we work with the hotel folks, and a lot of them don't know what's going on with what we do. The regular guys from hotel setup have an idea and know if we ask for help, great. If not, don't touch us. A temporary employee who had no concept of anything, while we were putting up a fast fold screen, decided I was a damsel in distress who needed help, ran up behind us, grabbed the fast fold from behind me incorrectly, and almost made it drop on all of us. If we need help, we're perfectly capable of asking.
Got it. So no, and that's a great example. So this is a gentleman who definitely he was coming from a male bravado perspective, and he made things worse by coming at that action. Got it.
You know what's funny is that I smile at it because you see it happen all the time.
Yeah.
Don't assume we're damsels in distress, please.
I know I look really small, but I'm strong like an ant. I'm teeny tiny, but I'm like
I love it.
I'm also a confined space, which works really well for rigging.
That's just it. I get into the little places and behind places where you don't fit. I may not be able to lift 100 pounds, but if I need help, I'll come to you. Believe me, I will, really.
No, I like that. I like that. So I want to get us a little on track here. So the first thing in the article that it says is do not take over, right? And Iris, you led into that perfectly, right? Do not take over is exactly what you're talking about. Does anybody else have a scenario? You know, Trevor, have you had a scenario where you didn't take over, maybe, or not even just Trevor, maybe Stephanie, where you didn't take over and you should have?
I really don't think that in that regards of didn't take over, because like Iris said, if someone needs help, they're going to ask for it. And I think if you see something actually failing where a screen is falling down, then you kind of got to run in and kind of save it. Or if a motor is kind of falling, you're yelling, "Get out!" Motor, watch out, look away. So I don't necessarily think that there's that aspect of things. What I've noticed is that in what I commented on is that and I kind of feel this is across the board. Any girl who or a woman who is in this industry actually has to be 10 times better than their male counterparts, and it's not because of anything other than this stigma sometimes of that girls can't do it, or I'm also someone who loves driving enthusiasts, and when they see it, even with the guys like, oh, girl can't drive a car, it's like, no, girls actually have better reflexes than guys in most scenarios. I think the same thing comes down to it. I mean, I can list 10, 15 technicians and producers that are way better than any other male counterparts that I know of, and way better than I will ever be. And I think sometimes the macho man mentality gets in the way of a lot of our technicians and a lot of the male counterparts in the industry, which I think I'm really happy that there is a platform now, and that article did come out, because I think it's something that we need to look at, because this is a male-dominated industry, and a lot of the times is when a girl or woman comes into the industry, guys just kind of take that as a slight threat sometimes, and that's just my personal opinion. So, but yeah, I don't think we should. We don't think we should take over unless someone's asked for it. And thanks anyone, male or female.
I like that. So real quick, and I'm gonna bring this comment that came up on Facebook, and I'll let anybody here answer that. So Tracy Flatford, I hope I say this right. She says, "Wow, in this industry, all those women need to stick together and don't hate on each other because we are few and far between."
We're more than we used to be.
Yeah.
So Steffi, can you elaborate? Like, what have you seen in the last, let's say 10 years?
Wow. I've definitely seen a lot more women folk and people who identify as women out in the fields. I've been in the industry for over 14 years, and I started as an AV tech at a hotel. So I was like the only female tech at the time, and all the dudes I worked with were really great. They were also like teaching me along the way because I was like 22 and fresh out of college. But what I grew into traveling around the world as a technical director and kind of a production manager, and in the entirety, so let's say that was like for 10 years, I've worked with 2 female audio engineers. I've worked with 0 video engineers, female video engineers, and I have worked with a variety of lighting directors. So the last few times that I've been out to a hotel to do some work, I've seen more women out there, but I think that it's still not normal to have a woman as a tech, and to kind of comment on that previous, like, do not take what was it, like, do not take over, or the a guy trying to help out a woman when they don't need help. Yeah, if we need help, we will definitely say it, but there is that level of chivalry where I think guys need to, like, it's nice to like offer, but the presumption of I'm just going to go do it is not welcomed whatsoever.
I love how you actually brought that up, Steph, because one of the things I was going to say is that maybe if the offer is the only thing that changed, and it's that, hey, do you need a hand with that rather than jumping in and trying to take over? Maybe that would actually change the trajectory of how things go forward from that point forward. The other thing is, I do feel like there is a time and place for everything. So I would say that if I saw a safety standpoint, something was going to put you or someone else in danger because of what was I'm going to jump in to, it's not even trying to be a superhero, but in case of a safety standpoint, let's discuss it later, but let's find a fire extinguisher now, so to speak. So that's kind of where I see things.
No, and that's great. So before I move on, obviously, I want to make sure that I've covered what I think, right, is honestly, Iris, your example was perfect, and I can't think of a better way to elaborate on that, right? Like, your example was spot on. This is where someone may have thought they were doing the right thing and they made it worse and could have potentially hurt somebody, which is ultimately is for any genre, right? That is the worst case scenario, to get hurt because you're trying to do something in the right. And had they just let you do your job correctly and not interfered, you would have been fine had you not been this person, right? And not to say they're coming from a place of ignorance or a place of I don't know what word I want to use here, but they meant well, but it could have caused someone to get hurt, which would have been bad. So before I move on to the next topic, and I'm trying to pull up the article right now, do we feel like the first one, don't take over, has been kind of dealt with? Go ahead.
Come to safety issues, like, I don't really care who you are. Like, if it's something that's going to hurt someone, I'm going to jump in no matter what. and I'm going to educate you on like all the things that could go wrong.
Agree.
But there's, in certain circumstances, I think it's important to let people fail and figure that out. Like, this is why things went wrong. This is what happened. Like, some people don't understand that gravity exists until it hits them in the face.
No, for sure. So here's 2 comments I'm going to put to the screen right now. Before we move on to the next one, I want to bring these up there. If anybody wants to talk about them, we can. If not, I just want to make sure I'm being transparent with the community out there. So Tracy, again, comment. I had an incident the other day at a gig where a male counterpart wasn't paying attention and almost dropped a bass plate on my foot. Definitely been there. If I wasn't paying attention, I would have lost my foot. The guy never apologized, and I want to know how you think I should approach him because I was a woman. I feel like is why I didn't get the apology. Austin Jackson, jump off of your point. So Austin, I guess I'll let you take that one for this particular scenario. Obviously, me personally, on the real quick, say something. Don't hold back because you think you're of any other reason. Say something. That guy was definitely in the wrong.
I agree 100%. I agree 100%. Because at the end of the day, we don't want these situations to occur a second time. So the same thing, like Mary said, have a conversation with that person. Try to be as respectful and understanding that people are going to make mistakes sometimes. Unfortunately, people do get hurt at times because of these mistakes. But if no one ever educates the person behind the mistakes, how do they ever learn? It's a lot at one time for a person to make a mistake, but as long as we educate them how to move forward from this point, then the next time, then we know we have a problem. So I would definitely say don't be afraid to be vocal, because one thing I will tell you about this industry is it is transforming. And to me, it's an absolute normal to see female technicians out there. And honestly, I'm not even trying to be subjective, but the ones I see, they tend to work a lot harder than a lot of the guys out there, maybe for the simple fact that they're trying to prove their point, or they're trying to work towards a certain skill level or position. But there are some seriously badass female technicians out there, for lack of a better way to put it. So the respect is definitely earned, and the respect is due. So don't be afraid to be vocal, because your opinion matters. If you don't share how you feel about it, then nothing could ever change after that.
So I want to bring another one up here. This is from Alan Shulman, who's actually my cousin. So honestly, unless, and again, this is another Latin man, Puerto Rican, just like myself. Honestly, unless I see someone struggling, I don't offer help. You are making the same money I am. You should do the same job I am. Too many times I see guys drooling over a cute female and bending over backwards to do her job for her to make brownie points with her. This is a big problem because work is not getting done. That is a very good point. Does anybody want to comment on that? Iris, you want to comment? Yep, I unmuted you.
All right. I will say that there are many times where there's been a few women on a job site and the job wasn't getting done because the guys were staring at the girl bending over to pick something up and going, I want her on my crew, and having nothing to do with her skill. I appreciate that he doesn't want to jump in unless asked, because yes, we should be getting paid the same thing. We should be doing the same job. But if you see the guy standing around doing nothing but drooling over a woman, get him back on task, because if I say something, now it's becoming a harassment case. So if you wanted to stay low level, say, hey man, don't do that. Come over here and help me. I need a hand, something to get him out of that situation, because a lot of times if the woman says something, it's taken very wrong.
No, and that's a super good perspective. And honestly, I'm glad Alan said that. I'm glad you had something to say. Before I jump past Alan's, I wanted to ask, does anybody want to else comment on what Alan had just said here? Because
I think Naya wanted to jump in.
Naya, you got something?
Well, I was going to say, like, I have experienced that before. And it just kind of goes back to the do you need help type thing, like, because you don't want to bulldoze anybody. So if they say no, if I say I don't want help and then you still continue to help, well, now I'm gonna go to another place, and now I can see it's redundant, nothing's getting done, and like I know you're not here for the right reason, and so it makes things awkward. Like Iris said, you don't want to make it a thing.
I mean, Omar, I know you've had that same problem like myself. That these women just try to check us out, and we have to tell them get back to work.
At first, I was like, yeah, I'm totally kind of that. Wait, no.
I've had times where I'm coiling 300 feet of like home run for like all the lighting shit, and I've got some guy standing over me watching me coil cable, and I gotta look at him and be like, so are you going to help me or are you just going to stare at my ass all day? And like that, I'm in the point of making people as uncomfortable as I am in that moment. Like if you do something that's unsafe, I'm going to be like, hey man, like, you know, like this fucked me up. And like, then you can build the rapport with that person, or like, then they know that there's something that a lot of the older generation call that being disrespectful to your elders.
You know, it's funny that she brings that up, because that's an excellent point. But one of the things I don't think that we pay attention to is that we talk a lot about guys to females. It does happen from females to guys, but there's another huge complaint that's going on in the work field about women on women. So what's your idea? What's your opinion on that? Because as Tracy said earlier, that it's almost a small community of females in the industry. So what do you do to stick together with each other as opposed to combating with each other in the workplace?
Sticking together. Go on.
I was going to say, go ahead. I think it's the same thing for mutual respect. It's working together without crossing that line, whether it's male or female.
So it sounds like, and apologize for my language here, right? It sounds like, hey, this is work. Take the sex out of this. Don't be a pig. Is that accurate to say? Can the females agree to that? Like, we're here to work. Don't make this a sexual thing, all right? I'm here to do the same job you're doing. I'm not drooling over you.
I've worked with other females that are like, we bounce gay vibes off of each other. And it's one of those things where like, hey, we recognize, but like, we're not sitting here and making it uncomfortable. Like, it's the boundary between taking a notice and like really sitting there and looking. I've been like on a production where the HR code was you couldn't maintain eye contact for more than 10 seconds and you couldn't hug for more than 5 seconds per HR law. Like,
no, I get you.
We even say that there's no HR department, so to speak, but there has to be that code of conduct, at least a code of ethics, a moral understanding between each other.
So real quick, Steffi, when Mary was talking originally, I saw you shaking your head furiously. Yes. Do you have a story you want to relate to that you had a similar situation where some man said something and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna make you uncomfortable as I am right now. Like,
nothing comes to mind, but I do agree that you should say something. And if someone is being disrespectful or making you feel uncomfortable, speak up and say something. You know, make them feel uncomfortable. And I was like, yeah, Mary, you know, you want to make it even that much more uncomfortable for the person, go for it, because we're all there to do a job. We're all there to set up, to get through rehearsal, you know, to get in and to get out and to do a good job. Nobody should be making any situation weird because they are just overall disrespectful. Man, woman, animal, tree, doesn't matter.
Yeah. So I want to get forward on the comments. We're 30 minutes in right now. There's a lot of good comments coming in that I want to bring to your attention. And there's one particular I just saw from Jonathan Jimenez, if I'm saying that right, where I want to get to, but I also don't want to skip anybody. So I'm going to show Rebecca Joy's up right now. I hate when I get at the tools or parts we need, and then a guy tries to take them from my hands like I'm just a helper. I usually respond with, I got this tool, I can use it. The other ones are XYZ. Now, for me, I would never take a tool from somebody. That's inappropriate on any level, male or female. Has anybody on this panel experienced that before, where you have done something and or has any male been like, well, yeah, I thought because I'm helping her. Like, what was the scenario you guys have encountered? Or is that just an incident that maybe Rebecca experienced and hopefully no one else has? So Mary, you got something.
I mean, I've been a carpenter. The first time I ever built a thing, I was 9 years old. So I've been a carpenter for like 15, almost 20 years. And like when you go into a crew, some people see you as like the the woman that shouldn't know how to use a drill. And like this last weekend, I was hired as a PA to be somebody that didn't know how to use a drill and asked to build a set. But because I know how to build a set, I like was able to gauge the carpentry skill of the rest of my PAs and teach them what they needed to know at their level. Like, this is how you use a screw gun. I think sometimes men taking tools from women is like, I should be the one with the power tools. But like, I've also been on gigs where I've seen people failing at using power tools and like, or they break it. Like somebody broke like a pneumatic stapler and like didn't know how to fix it. So like I fix it and then they're like, all right, so Mary gets to do that now. But like it took a while of them seeing what I knew and how I knew how to be a carpenter before like they gave me the privilege of using tools, or like being in rope access or being in rigging, the privilege to go upstairs and pull something when I'm already lifting that much on the ground.
No, I totally get. Nina, you wanted to say something?
Yeah. Sometimes I think it's like, at least when I've experienced, I wish it's not that often to be honest, but it's sometimes that there's an assumption like, oh, you don't want to do that. Like I'm doing this because I'm doing like you a favor, maybe something like that. Instead of like me having to use like the big tools or whatever and do all this work, like, oh, I just got it, so I'll just grab this from you. So sometimes it may not be, it's just like kind of, you got to be a little more aware. That's it.
Yeah. So we're saying that maybe, hey, I'm here for this job. I took this, like she's saying, I took the tool for a reason. Let me do the job that I came here to do. Is that what we're saying now? Yeah. So again, Alan, I wanted to thank you for getting to that topic in particular. That was a great way to bring it up and to segue into this. And Rebecca, thank you for what you said as well. That was a great scenario that we dove into a little bit. So I want to get to Alex's here, which kind of goes back to something we said originally. So if you guys feel like we've covered that, we can go past it. But Alex had said, I'm a Southern gentleman, so it has taken me time to train myself not to offer help immediately to a woman, but women or men will ask for help when they feel they need it. Like Austin Jackson stated, I only intervene at some point as I would when a male is in trouble. Do you guys agree with that? Disagree with that? I got to tell you, coming from that Latin background, coming from that military background, my first reaction is to be helpful because I respect. My second thought to that is that as a male, if I saw a male struggling, I'm gonna talk some shit straight up. I'm gonna say some like, yo, stop being weak, stop being a little bitch, get that shit over here, right? For a woman, I would never say that to a woman. What is your guys' perception?
That's military talk too, because you have to remember that the balance has to be the same, right? So if you could say it to a male, you have to be able to equally say the same thing to a female. And if you were to say that to a female, I don't know how well that would fly, Omar.
I see harassment or something going wrong in my career for sure.
Tell me about it.
So I have female panels on here. If I would just treat you like I treat a man and talk some shit, would you find that appropriate or not? Do you have tough skin? You're like, oh, whatever, that's what you do? Or would you be like, you're an asshole?
Context. If it's
Agreed.
the same exact thing to the guys over, all 6 guys over here, and then you say the same exact thing in the same tone to me, context. That's the same smack talk. If you say something not the same or in a different tone, it could be taken as different.
Understood.
And what about Stephanie? I saw you as well.
Yeah, my thought just completely left my head. But I mean, I work with dudes all the time. I'm so used to just dudes being dudes, so I am not offended by that. And I would imagine that it would probably come from someone that I knew or that I had worked with or I had a relationship with, if I, although I don't know, I mean, in my career, I would usually work with a new crew every job site, and you kind of have that grizzled AV and kind of, I don't want to say brotherhood or sisterhood kind of community there. So there is kind of a laid back vibe at times. But yeah, I would not be offended. But if someone, yeah, context, definitely Iris. Yeah.
Got it. So it's safe to say in this industry, right, in the AV industry, most women here have some tough skin. So don't treat them otherwise, right? Like you guys, you see how we act amongst ourselves, like you're expecting the same already.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I wouldn't be able to go yell at 30 grown men lifting heavy things in the sky if like we weren't able to talk shit together.
Yeah.
Got it. So I'm the asshole. Totally okay with that.
It's always funnier when they talk shit anyway.
It is. It is. No, and I know some badass females. And speaking about badass females, I want to show you guys some of the comments that are coming in right now, particularly about what we're talking about. So Tracy, again, I did something and he walked away. That was in response to the guy's comments. True Austin Jackson, they do work hard as fuck, right? Hey, all rules, right? I agree. There are badass females in the industry, and there are tons of them. Women are rocking it out, like Trevor said earlier. Yes, they do in my experience. Again, Kiki's agreeing with this as well. This right now is Alan's from Vegas. Kiki's from Florida. So these are, we're talking to people all over the place that are seeing this. Tracy adds, thank you for saying that, Austin, because I appreciate that as a woman. So, Austin, you're again, master of words over here, always getting appreciated, but not this guy.
Wow.
So we got Scott Monroe. I watched Naya outwork and outshine many others. Many shows have had her on. Nice.
That's the best.
If that ain't the truth.
Alan Schulman, I agree. Tracy, 100% true. Tracy, again, Mary Celine, yes, girl, true. I love that comment.
Thank you.
Alyssa said it, disrespect was from the elders, and that is no bueno. So I wanted to get on this real quick.
I like that. I was actually thinking about that too.
Yeah, so I'm 32, right? And I won't ask anybody's age here. I'm 32. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been doing this from high school. My father owns a company doing this. My whole family does this. My uncle does this. My brother does this. My father obviously does this. AV is my life. Like dream job, I got it, right? I'm doing it. As far as this goes, are women seeing a kind of and I think Mary, you may talk about this earlier. Are you guys seeing that an age gender is being more aggressive than others? Are the older males, right? And Erica, I'm sorry to put you in this category, right? Are the older males like, hey, these guys are set in their ways? They don't care about these new enlightenment or these new educational that are coming out between male, female, he, she, these acronyms, these treatment stuff. Like they're just like, hey, I'm at this age already. I see Eric, you want to say something? They're at this age already. They're doing it. Is my age group 25 to 35? We're kind of like in this, like, hey, we're trying to learn these things. And are the younger guys? Iris is saying, and are the younger guys? Are they just like, hey, I totally get this environment. Like, I got you. No worries about it. Like, we're on the same page. I'm gonna treat you like I treat everybody else because I'm not an asshole like Omar is. So I saw a lot of different reactions going on here.
I'm gonna have to.
Go ahead, Frenchie. Go ahead.
Here, Omar. All right, I'm 53 years old. I started with a camera on my shoulder. You weren't born yet. So let's see in perspective already here. The thing is, sorry, it's just like it's just a simple fact. And the funniest thing is, the first person who put a camera on my shoulder was a French director and a French woman director. So and she's the one who gave me my first chance. At one point you have to use common sense. Man, woman, the most important fact is, are you delivering? If you've said yes to a gig, man or woman, and you don't have the skill level to act for that position, whatever position it is, then it's on you. Because if it's in my department, I will call you out about it. And it has happened to me before, and I don't give a shit if you're a man or if you're a woman. If you don't do the job, well, you just don't do the job. No, earlier on, you, I'm sorry, I've lost the name of everybody, but somebody you were talking. Yes, I'm sorry. Let me see, Steph. You were talking about video, etc. I know tons of IEC, of camera director, of technical director who are women. Maybe because I've been involved in with Anita B. Org for a long time, or I'm just lucky. But I'm gonna say the name of one company, one production company that you guys all know, which is LMG. LMG has an incredible amount. Nia, you know that well. Where you've been on LMG gig before, etc. Um, they have incredible team leader, incredible EIC. I could throw easily 30 names. Angela Cardetti, Bethany Forbes. Those are all kick-ass peeps. I mean, and at one point, it's yes. On some point, they got to that level of recognition kind of the harder way, and that on two reasons. Not only were they women, but they were very young, so they had to prove themselves. The thing is, and they had to prove themselves maybe more than what a man would. But the to me, the industry is changing. And it's more reflected in all you're going to be able to deliver. If you're good, you're good. You have no problem. No, there's, I take kind of umbrage when you see, oh, it's the older generation, because I'm the older generation. And, my take on it is just common sense. It's like, hey, if you're here, if you're on a set, if you're on a gig, it's because you know what you have to do, and you know why you're there. So do what you're supposed to be doing, and I treat everybody the same way. I mean, and same thing when you're all talking about talking shit. Oh yeah, I will talk shit to anybody the same way, and but I'm pretty even killed. But yeah, if you deserve shit, I will give you shit. I don't care if you're a woman, if you're a man, if you're yellow, if you're black, green, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's if you deserve shit, you'll get shit.
I like that. I like that. I like that. So again, before I move on to the comments, Trevor, you had something you want to say?
Yeah, I was I'm basically maybe 1 year older than Omar, and I started in this industry when I was right about 19 years old. I started as an audio engineer. I moved into the corporate realm, and I found myself as a young kid in the industry where a lot of the older guys, well, I would be put in a project management position or a director leadership position, and a lot of these older guys didn't want to respect me, and I had to work a little bit harder. But I had a boss who was my direct over, and she was they basically taught me everything there is to know about the AV industry and about how to be a proper manager and how to be a proper leader. And I wouldn't be where I'm at today if it wasn't for my boss Corey back in the day, where she really taught me how to do things. And I even brought that up to her one time. I was like, hey, I'm getting really, I don't know how to get these older guys to actually take direction from me. And she kind of walked me through it. And I think that was also for the perspective of another woman in the industry, and kind of her perspective on it as well. So I do see that there is some age gap where there's some of the older counterparts in our industry don't like to listen to some of the younger people that might be in a leadership position. They kind of think, well, we have it. And it happens not all the time, but I've had it happen on multiple occasions where I've had to no, we're going to do it this way because I'm in charge and this is how we need to do it. And there's some grumbling, but I don't know how that translates if for our women counterpart in the industry, if that is the case. But I did see that on my own personal side of things. But someone who helped me overcome that was a very strong woman leader in the industry.
Mary and Steph, I saw your hands. Who wants to go? Mary? The floor is yours.
After you, Mary.
I understand the perspectives of the two previous speakers, but like, first of all, not all men, not necessarily prone to like an age group, but maybe a political alignment or some sort of religious upbringing. I have seen more of my Republican counterparts do more belittling and like looking down on me, and like the more religious ones looking at like the hierarchy of how it should be man, woman, or God, man, woman, and whatever I'm doing as a female, they need to take over. And with the respecting of the elders part, it's the way I'm spoken to and the way like I feel degraded and disrespected in their speech, not necessarily with how I'm being corrected, but the fact that I'm just not taking their abuse is where I'm finding the like disrespect of like me speaking up and being like, nah, dog, that's the what I'm saying is disrespectful, or they're saying is disrespectful about what I do.
Yeah, but respect works both ways. If someone's gonna come and disrespect me, I'm not gonna respect them. So I really like Mary's point there of saying that, you know, if someone's coming at her like that, there's no holds bar back. If someone's gonna come at me starting with that mentality, I'm gonna come right back. And I think anyone in the industry should, because you have to stand your ground. You have to make sure that, you know, you're your own promoter in a sense in this industry, and you know your work stands for that. So I agree with her 100% in saying, you know, I've also seen that on the political side of things too, and the religious upbringing. There's some correlation there, absolutely.
I like that. And Stephanie, you wanted to say something too before we carry on?
Talking about women having to grow and improve themselves, absolutely. When I started TDing, I was like in my later 20s, and I didn't necessarily have the confidence that I had now. So I would just, every new show site, I had to drop something like, oh yeah, like that cable over there, or that, like, you know, make sure you do that thing. It's exhausting. Like, I know I'm in a supervision role. Like, this is correlated to number 4. If I am your supervisor, please trust and take my direction. That's why I feel women work twice as hard, because they have to prove themselves. They have to pretty much come in with their resume to be like, I know what I'm doing. And it's really hard because not all women have the confidence of like a dude. You know, like there's a lot of, like, I'll speak for myself. I swim in self-doubt. So it was, you know, doing the job, but then also making sure that I have to, you know, prove myself that I can do the job, that I know what I'm doing. And then also as a manager, getting these technicians to not question every decision, every like request that I have of them, or set it up this way, or this is how I want you to, you know, set these settings.
I like that. Go ahead, Austin.
Can I play devil's advocate and ask this question, right? Is it just a sense, or not just a sense, or is it a possibility that a lot of times female technicians who are in positions of power on shows have that mentality or that belief that they have to say, this is my resume, this is who I am. So sometimes, because they're already in that mindset, they come across from I run it, this is how it goes, kind of sort of, I don't know. I just want to ask to see your point of view.
I could say that I don't go into a show site like that now, because I have the confidence of who I am and as like a production manager or producer, you know. But when I was just starting out as a technical director, I didn't have that confidence, you know, and it was hard to speak up and promote myself, even though I was in like a manager position.
I agree with you 100%, because I feel that the ones who are the least confident are the ones who come in from that really pushy point of view, and that is not a really effective leadership trait. But I feel it's one that a lot of females do use because they feel like they're judged from a position of inferiority. But once you have that confidence inside of you and you have developed those leadership skills, you'll pull your team to where you need to go without having to show off your accolades. It's the difference between saying, go do this, or guys, come, let's do this.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So, Mary, I'm going to let you close this kind of topic up, and then I want to get back to the comments. There's a couple that are coming in that I really want to get us on. Just so you guys know, and this is a uniform consensus. We have 7 minutes left. If you'd like, I would love to continue the conversation. If anybody's on a time frame, though, we can end in 7 minutes and end it. So again, we have 7 minutes. If you guys want to continue past the 9 o'clock, please give me a thumbs up. If we're not in unison, we will kill it at 9. I got multiple thumbs up. Not.
I need, you know, as a good Frenchman, I need to make dinner for my better half. So I'll be leaving you guys at 9. But if I may just interject on the last subject, because I'm just fresh out a gig. So it was the the Grasshopper celebration, first year that it went half live, half virtual, and I was very lucky to be asked by Anita Bjork to be their technical director and lead cameraman on the live portion of it. And the usual technical director, Francine, she's a woman. She's been the TD of the show, of the live show, for the past 10 years. Was sick, so she's been replaced with another woman, Jen. And it was our first time doing the show, and I have to say that at the beginning we butted head because as the new kid on the block, she was trying to prove herself really kind of way too hard, and we just at one point I just went and said, because I need to be able to do my job as a DP, so we had a come to Jesus talk. And it went really well, I'm like, it was not a question of I say, listen, let's talk about what you want to achieve. We have in the setup that we had a Jeep, we had 3 cameras on pedestal, we had another dolly and 3 RoboCam. So there was a lot to prepare to, a lot to and I have to say that at the beginning we had a different vision, but once once you clear the air and said, hey, as a director of photography, my job is to find and propose to the TD the best angle from all cameras, etc., and offer a show continuity. So and sometime, because especially in a studio environment, which is way different than in a live show, the TD is not on set. The TD is only seeing what the camera are feeding him. So depending on the position of the Jeep, what movement the Jeep is doing, or what movement the pedestals are doing, etc. If you're not on the set, there are something where the TD can call a camera. When I know, being on the set, that if he or she call that camera at that time, it's not going to work, and that's when I interject live. And again, Oscar, you're completely right. It's communication. And it's creating that bond, creating that trust that is the most important. So that was my last tech of the night. I hope that it helped. It's again, communicating. The thing is, we've all been in position where sometimes we doubt ourselves. We're like, well, be assertive. If you're somewhere It's been thanks, Henry. You know, it's one of those things where, okay, be sure of what you know, and sometimes, you know, yeah, ask for I don't want to use the thing, the word help, because it could be misconstrued, but you know, it's never wrong to ask a question. So hope that helps.
So Mary, like I was saying, Tim Frenchie, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for that feedback. If you have to go, please don't let us hold you back. We've offered to the community, if anybody wants to replace you, to
Love
come
you
in and
all.
kind of keep the keep everybody kind of in unison here. But Mary, again, I'll let you wrap this segment up. I want to get to the next one with I really want to show to the community here and to show to you guys, so that we could kind of dive into that a little bit and then keep going for let's say another 30 minutes and see what we get.
Happening. My perspective on leadership is a little bit different than Steph's. Like, I don't need to like hold my resume up and say like, look how big my dick is. But it's like, I am here to do my job, and I don't have to prove anything to you. Like, if I'm the leader, that's what it is. Like, I'm being paid more than you to do the thing. Like, this is what's happening, and this is what we need to get it done. Like, I was just got second automation for a tour last season. So like, that was a really good experience for me to just be like, all right, guys, like, let's go. Like, this is what's happening. This is what I need you to do. And it's kind of a difference between commanding the respect of your counterparts and like trying to prove to them that you're supposed to be there.
No, and I like that a lot. So sorry, I really want to show this comment to everybody before we lose too many of you guys. And I want to, again, I like the 4-on-4 we have going here, because it's definitely bringing it in this very broad topics between different personalities, different people, different backgrounds, different ethnicities, different parts of the industry, right? So this one to me, honestly, never crossed my mind, which is why I think this one was so important to bring up to, and I want to bring it in here. So Jonathan Jimenez said this: I think the other thing is the silent bystander. That blows my mind when a bunch of dudes are watching a woman getting harassed and nobody does anything. Honestly, that thought process didn't even cross my mind to even mention, but now it's here. So Mary, you just went. I'm gonna let Iris go first, and then I will come back to Mary. All right?
That went back to what we were saying before, where the bunch of guys are watching the girl bent over, or the guys are saying stuff about drinking and hoes, and nobody does anything. But if the woman says something, it's taken as wrong, and one of the guys does need to step up. It needs to be a comfortable, productive environment for everybody. And some guys don't like that talk. They just are afraid to admit it.
And then Mary, I'll give you the floor.
I worked for an unfortunate company once upon a time where getting ready to go to a load-in, I was hit in the face by my coworker, and none of my coworkers that saw it did anything. He later threatened to talk to me with his hands, and I told my boss that I was being threatened by my coworker, and he wouldn't change any of our shifts. He ended up hiring somebody that had sexually assaulted a best friend of mine, and I ended up leaving the company. Not only do I believe that men on the lower level believe that there might be repercussions if they speak up, but as a female who has specifically dealt with high level stress environments from the men around them, not being okay, and trying to create an environment where I can continue to work. Even the high end of some productions are not in my corner.
I get that. So I want to bring in another conversation here, only because, by the way, I'm at 8:30 and we're already at 9 o'clock, and I'm playing catch up with comments here. So Henry Callow had said this, and if anybody wants to take this, I believe in equal rights and equal opportunities. Neither a man nor a woman should make either one think one is better than the other. But I will say there are females that will use that fly girl look to get what they want done, so they don't have to do their job. The same goes for men thinking that a female is beneath them, male, and tells a female to do this and do that. So we need to come together as a team. No one is better than the other. Does anybody want to jump on that? Naya, do you have any comments, or Trevor or Steph here? Austin, the master of words. You want to?
Oh,
I'm sorry,
Naya.
Naya. I didn't see. Oh, man.
I mean, it's kind of something you've already said. It's like we're here to work, take the sex out of it. Just we have a common goal. Let's just get it done. I don't know, I feel like it's very simple.
I mean, honestly, that's the answer, right? Take the sex out of it. Stop being pigs about it, and we're here to work, right? You come here to work. You're here to work. We're all here to work. Stop treating me any different. It's that simple.
Yes, sir. I agree 100%. Working together towards one common goal. That's all it takes.
So
we got so much fire going on in the
Alan
comments.
said I
Let's
agree
bring
with
them
Stephanie
up.
earlier on her comments. Tracy says, I had an LD male lead at the same gig and looked at me after asking, can I push this case? And he looked at me and said, you're a woman. You can't push the case because you're not strong enough to handle it.
Okay, fuck off. Sorry.
Wow.
That's my response to that. Like, okay, fuck you. I'll go off do something else. You don't want me to push this case? I won't. Like, if some guy comes up and comes to do my thing, like Steph said earlier, like, it's redundant for me to be there. If I can do it myself, you sure as shit can do it yourself. Go fucking do it. Take it. Go.
Yeah.
No,
and you get their name, and then you're like, by the way, everybody, don't hire this person. They suck. And that's the easiest way to weed all these people out, is to let people know,
right?
These, who's disrespectful, who's not up on being cool with who's on job site. Word gets around.
Yep.
So that's simple, really. It's just don't be that guy. Don't be that guy, right?
This is a team-friendly environment. It takes a team to get the job done. And that one person who's always sticking out, that one person who's not working or getting along with the team, then they got to go. Simple as that.
So I'll keep going through these comments here. Tracy again. Obviously, went to my boss, but what I did was left the LED department, leaving him 3 people because I didn't feel comfortable working for him anymore. My boss puts into lighting with a woman lead. Did I read that wrong?
Good job.
So, but similar to what Mary was saying, right? She left the company, which obviously is horrible. Like, you left not because the company was bad or because the job you had, you didn't like it, because it was somebody particular who didn't make you feel welcome at this place.
Well, no, Omar, I think. Go ahead, Mary.
A lot of the it's a rigger's world, and he was rigging before me with another company. So he already had his rigging brothers, and they trusted him, and they had his back. So didn't matter what I said. It didn't matter what problem I had. Didn't matter. It doesn't matter after the fact the number of women that he ended up creating a victim after I left. His brothers wanted him there. His brothers had enough voice to push me out. They decided they didn't like me because I was speaking up.
So Omar, I was going to say that, you said it was a good company, but from a company's perspective, that's not a good company, because leadership is not listening to the voices of someone who actually has been victimized by sexism, and that is, there's laws, equal rights, and there's laws that protect workers like that, and so I would say that that's not a good company in any way, shape, or form. Maybe it's a good position, but I think that as the leadership goes, it's not a good company, because they're not listening to their workers or their colleagues.
No, I am going to interject and just say that I meant to say unfortunate company and not ultimately horrible company. And
yeah, I gotcha. No worries. I was going to say that's not a good company at all.
No. Thank you for calling me out, because again, I misused my verbiage and I misunderstood. So I thank you for that. So Naya.
You're good. Yeah, no, like it's typically, if there's a situation, it's not that single person, it's the environment that's created to allow like you to feel uncomfortable, and no one does anything about it. Like I work mostly with OPV, and all the guys there are freaking awesome. I know if I ever have a problem, like it'll be taken care of. Like they'll do something to like I don't feel uncomfortable in that environment at all.
Yeah, no, that's good to hear, because OPV, obviously a lot of us have been there ourselves. They're a great company to work for. Trevor, thank you for correcting me on that. I misspoke on that. I apologize for that. Again, I want to keep pushing for. Iris, did you want to say something before I push forward?
Mute the mute button.
Mute, yeah. There we go. No, I was just going to say that the company will realize there's a problem if someone files assault charges with the police, whether male or female. Then the environment they created will come and bite them in the butt.
The thing about filing assault charges, I did that. The court decided situation wasn't violent enough for them to press charges, nor valid enough for me to file a restraining order. So, like, because the court wouldn't pick it up, the company had no power to protect me.
And that's an unfortunate scenario, like Trevor was saying, that's not a good company, because obviously they put you in a bad position.
leadership.
Yeah. So I want to carry on. So Oscar Colom is saying, walk with your own tools and you get the respect. That was obviously earlier to our preface earlier. I see some nodding heads to that, right?
Just real quick, I went on a gig for when I was freelancing, and it was just two of us, those two guys, to take monitors off walls at an expo. The guy I was with went to take a frame down and said, "Oh, I wish I had a screwdriver," because he didn't. I handed him my Leatherman, and he went, "You have tools." And I went, "Yes, I have tools." He said, "You're the girl, and you have tools." Like it was some sort of mythical thing.
That I have heard that too, and with the dumbfounded looks. My last gig where I took over as best boy carpenter when I was hired as a PA, they're like, "Well, if you get a toolkit like that, like we could hire you as the carpenter." I'm like, "I have a full shop in my basement that's completely mobile. What are you talking about?"
What would you like? I'll bring it along.
That's crazy. For any guy out there, you're an asshole. Like straight up. I'll take sides on this one. Sorry. So again, Jonathan, another one. Maybe it's a power thing. Obviously, male-dominated, right? Industry, male dominates things. Maybe it's a power move. Maybe that's why it happened that way. Obviously, Mary, you had a particular scenario with. It sounded like it was father and son scenario, or brother scenario. I'm sorry, was it brothers?
Which one?
Band of
The one
brothers, good friends.
with the brothers.
Band of brothers. It's
Band
just
of brothers.
it's just homies,
Oh,
man.
band of brothers.
Yeah, like I mean, when you're rigging, like you've heard of the Brotherhood of Stage Pirates, right? Y'all know what that is. Like,
Yes.
we're a brotherhood of pirates. Like, you know, if I gotta trust you not to kill me.
Right. So here's another one from Alan is saying, I've been in the business for over 30 years. We have gone from women only doing costumes and props to being head riggers. Mary example. Women only doing costume props to being head riggers. Women have come a long way in our business and still have a ways to go as far as equal numbers. I know many women that run circles around most, and I'm happy to work side by side along most. I'm a mathematician, and when I crew my calls, if I'm available, the numbers are about 50-50. And this is coming out of Vegas. I totally agree with that. Women that I've worked with that I have tons of respect for, and I will call one out. Probably isn't watching right now, but her name is Lynn Winner, and she is by hands my favorite videographer, favorite camera person to have on any show. I just know if she's on show, I'm gonna have a good show, and I don't have to worry about anything as a director or a camera switcher or anything like that. If she's in that position, I don't worry about anything. Setup, strike, running a camera shots. She's gonna sell shots left and right, and I'm gonna be like, love it, love it, love it. She's fantastic. So sorry, we'll keep going here. We see Alan Schumann. Thanks, Omar. Yes, Omar. I'm only doing this so I can show Austin that I people like me too. Alan Schumann also says, I agree, Oscar. Everyone needs to walk in the door prepared to work. You come to a lighting call and don't at least have a C-wrench. You're either going home or you're not working on my crew again. I agree with that. Everybody else agree with that or no?
Yep. You have to have the tools.
100%. Alistair Sater.
Don't bring a harness and a rope to a rigging call. You're worthless to me.
Yep.
Agreed.
Bye.
I must admit that I would rather be talked to like the rest of the guys than sugarcoat stuff. And if I know who's talking, it's cool. So this brings me up to an interesting topic at this point, right? Or an interjection. Is there a point where a male goes too far treating you like another male? At what point does he cross the line between, hey, you're treating me like another male, and now you're treating me like a pig?
The line where he says, "I bet you taste good." Like, there's normal like shit talking when I'm like helping you figure out what to do with your girlfriend. But like when you start talking to me sexually and like talking to me like I am the thing of your interest, that's when like I work with you, bro. Like, no, sorry, bye.
Got it. And Steph, I saw you shaking your head. You got a story.
Don't really have a story, but yeah, I totally agree with Mary. Like, as long as it doesn't get weird or sexual and, inappropriate.
That one kind of escalated real quickly.
I'm trying to bring as many perspectives as possible into this conversation. I thought that was a good segue. Again, something I just didn't think about. Maybe my lack of emotional intelligence.
What was?
I don't know.
Now you had something to say?
Oh, I mean, mine's kind of on the other side of that. Because I'm gay. I don't know if most people know, but like talking about other women with me, and then it kind of gets too much, and like some gross things are said, thinking that I'm gonna like agree or something. And yeah, that's the line for me.
Right. So we go back to
Understood.
keeping the sex out of business. This isn't
Exactly.
We're not here to socialize about these things. We're here to work. Right.
What about that's what she said jokes?
I think they're hilarious. Personally.
They're so common in our industry right now, unfortunately.
So Tracy here said, Alistair said it would never put down a woman, but when it comes to talking about work, he'll tell a woman the same thing he would a man. I've been with him for 20 years, and I can confirm he's a Southern gentleman. Tracy, thank you for the input on that. Alex, obviously, you have a strong woman in your corner, and that's awesome. Ed Wallach says, some of the hardest working people I've worked with in the theater have been women. These two I'll put in there because, they're about me, Austin. You know how I like to just saying, I got fans too, I know this is very well. She will tell you like it is. She wouldn't bite her tongue for no one. I know Iris very well. I'm sorry. So Iris, you got some fans out there too. So there you go. So I feel like there's a story here that we should get into, but we won't. So Jonathan again. So I get a complaint from a woman for asking how things were going with her and her task. As a crew chief in training, that was a holy cow moment because I didn't think about tone or how I should approach each crew member. So that was a good learning experience for me. So I would like to get into that for a quick second. I'm sorry, Iris, did you have something?
I was just going to say a quick story about the you were saying where the line is. I was doing a theater show, and unlike most of the shows, we were a rental house, kind of. We didn't in-house, we did rentals, and you could rent the crew. This show had a female stage manager, a female LD. So the ClearCom conversation got interesting. After the show rehearsal ended, one of the guys who usually works in theater with us said to me, wow, that got uncomfortable. And I just looked at him and said, welcome to my world. That was the first time that got a perspective of how it is to be the woman with the guy's ClearCom conversation half the time.
And Mary, I'll give you the floor.
That's golden.
I've worked on a few mostly female crews where like when women get together, the men don't even know. Like they think they're bad, but like after 10 minutes dealing with women going like doing the woman talk, they're not comfortable. They're like, holy, like what? There's if women were able to talk like women around men in the workplace, the uncomfortable level would switch completely. And I definitely think it's an interesting dynamic when you take like a mostly female crew that's comfortable with each other and throw them with a few guys that are like a little bit misogynistic, and like they get uncomfortable quickly.
So can we just define the word misogynistic for the audience here, just so you guys know what's going on here? And Mary, I was going to let you do that. Sorry, or anybody on the panel.
Like the idea that like men are better or worth more or more capable, or the way certain men speak about women in a degrading fashion, especially
you're supposed to be home tending to the kids and cooking me dinner is probably a very proper misogynistic point of view from a male perspective. Is, you know, the woman is supposed to be home taking care of the kids. She's supposed to be doing the laundry, making sure that she greets me with a smile on her face and dinner ready as soon as I get home and walk through the door, and never ask me any questions, and never, you know, is always taking a backseat to my leadership because I'm the man and I'm the head of the household. That is a pretty good definition of what a misogynistic male would be.
That's perfect. That's perfect. So old school traditional values is what we're saying.
I wouldn't just necessarily say just traditional values, but just that overall belief that a man is more superior to a woman, and women are beneath them.
Correct.
And they treat them with that same respect. So.
Correct.
Okay. I'm just making sure I'm on track here. So Tracy again. Scott Rowan doesn't agree. I've been on a gig with Nina Lowe, and she is a badass woman and ran paps around her male counterparts. Love that girl.
Laps. That's laps.
Oh, laps. I'm dyslexic, so you know.
See, now you got fans too.
Everybody's so nice.
So I got some comments that are about sports right now. Jonathan Menace, he agreed with a lot of what we're saying so far. Tracy had agreed with Frenchie 100%. If you oversell yourself, that's 100% on you. You shouldn't be called out. You should be called out, male or female. I like this one. Some people just don't evolve. 100% true. I agree. Frenchie, I agree. You're a tech hired to do a job. Just do it. Oh, here you go. Trevor's got fans too. Trevor, yes.
I don't have many.
I'm a fan of you, Trevor. So if I don't think Paul should be brought into the workplace ever, in my opinion. Okay. Here's one from Scott.
There's 3 things that you don't talk about at work: religion, politics, and sex. But that was just like the religious code that I was like, this is like how you have friends. You know, like, don't talk about these things because that's where your friends will hate you.
Hey, military, don't talk about politics, sex, and money. Yeah, pretty close.
But unfortunately,
no, you can't talk about money in the military.
No.
Oh.
But this is a politically charged time frame, and I think even in, you know, with where we're at right now, I haven't been within the last since 2015. I haven't been on a job site or on site where there wasn't a talk about some type of politics, and then people getting in some type of heated debated arguments. And we've had to separate people before because of people's political affiliations or viewpoints, which from my standpoint, it's always like, all right, guys, you're here to do a job. Just completely, just don't work, don't do it. Just shut up about it. Just stop talking about your political candidate and move forward, because they really don't give a shit about you. So why are you giving a shit about them?
So real quick, I want to introduce one of the very good commenters on the Facebook side. I just brought her into our world. Why we've been doing this? Tracy Flatford. Am I saying that right, by the way? Or have I been butchering it all night?
Hi, sorry. Yes, it's Tracy Flatford.
Perfect.
Austin. I know
Hey,
Austin,
Tracy.
Naya, Omar. It's Alex.
I'm here too.
What's up, Alex?
Yeah,
So
she's the
I've been
expert.
watching, so.
She's the expert, you know.
now, so listen, we brought in a 2-for-1 deal. We're replacing who we've lost
There
right
you
now.
love
You guys
it.
have had some great comments and great feedback. I thought it'd be awesome to have
Fingers,
you with us to continue that great feedback. So I want to go on here. Scott had a good one that I wanted to bring to the attention of everybody, and only because of my understanding, this is actually a thing, right? So now, how's your engineering degree helped you advance in a male-dominated industry?
Ooh, I mean, at the very base level, like, yes, it's male dominated, and so it's engineering. So kind of knowing how to, I guess, navigate that space and being a little more comfortable in a male dominated space has helped. Of course, critical thinking, like that's a big one. Because I mean, a lot of engineering is just like solving a puzzle, and then a lot of things in the tech industry, you're always solving puzzles and problems. And then you go into the technical things, of course, because I mostly do lighting, I'd say right now, and I'd like to become an ME. So all the technical things that I've learned in class, of course, I'll be able to apply in practice. I mean, that's kind of scratching the surface, I guess, at the surface level of how it's helping.
Yeah, I got you. So I have a couple more comments here that I think are relevant, right? Obviously. Communicate with the crew, ask for opinions, respect opinions, and get it done. Anybody agree, disagree? That's from
Yes,
Oscar.
sir.
Yep, okay. Henry Callow had one I thought was good. I've also seen when it's an individual from the LGBT community on lead positions and either a straight male or female takes orders and don't want to accept it from the LGBT community, which I feel is absolutely wrong. We are all equals as one. No one is better than another. Have you guys experienced anything like that in your fields?
I never have, but I don't understand what someone's sexual preference have to do with their leadership skills.
Yeah.
That's just my point of view.
I have had one where I've had a colleague of mine who was a gay male, and he didn't want no one to know he was gay at all. And so we were working hand in hand together. And after being working with him for about almost 6-7 months, we went out to lunch today. He said, "Hey, I have to tell you something, but I don't want you to judge me for it." I'm like, "Oh, okay." He's like, "Well, I'm married, and I have a family, but I'm a gay man." And I said, "Oh, okay, that's great. That's awesome. When do I get to meet your significant other?" But he didn't want no one to know because he was afraid that the other guys in the industry in our company weren't going to respect him. And he's like, "You can't tell anyone," because, and he really, I think now he's okay with it. This was about 10 years ago. But it was really, it really made me sad at, that time, where it's like, hey, this is someone who I care about. We work together every day, 60, 70, 80 hours a day, and he can't be himself because in the male dominated industry, you can't be a gay man, giving orders to straight men. I'm glad that I see that it's pushing forward, and that there's some advancement in that. But I do think that is a very prevalent issue and is hopefully moving in the right direction.
I have noticed a little bit, like, I'm in the process of coming out as trans, and I've noticed some pushback of people like trying to be accepting, but they're being accepting for the wrong reasons. Like, I turned down a job that wanted me to like come learn how to cut down trees for free, like do labor for his company for free, and then he'd pay me on the second day. And I said, no, my rules are that like you pay me for every day that I work, and I'm sorry that I can't afford to come out to your job site for free. Sorry. And he responded with, even these men know what their genitals are. Go back across, you millennials and your entitlement, these men know what their genitals are, go back across the border. And like, woof. Like, that's more than one civil rights violation from somebody that's supposed to be a head union position leader. And this is like how he's treating his people. Like, I'm very confused with like how some people will ask for your help to prove to other people that your identity is worth something.
That's good. And Tracy, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I just wanted to go off Mary. First of all, I'm sorry for what you've gone through. But I have been in the industry for not too long. But in the beginning of the industry, there was a transgender that I worked with, and I noticed how they treated her very disrespectfully. Were saying comments and stuff. So I made it a point to go over and introduce myself. And to this day, she's one of my best friends. So you never know who you are dealing with. And it's just ridiculous how they treat that community because they don't deserve to be treated like that. So that's my comment on that.
No, and I definitely appreciate the feedback here. So I want to carry forward. And Trevor, I have one for you. I'm not sure. So Rebecca Joy is saying, much harder at Trevor. When I'm an L1 or crew leader, I prefer to pick my techs as crew members so I can at least have some people that know me and will help set the tone. It is much harder coming in and trying to lead people that don't know you, and definitely harder when they are older. It doesn't help that I look younger than I'm either. And this, by the way, just to get some this is posted at 8:51, so a little bit previously to what we're talking about now.
Yeah, I always prefer to come in with a crew that I know and that kind of knows how I work and knows the objectives. That doesn't always happen. I was a TD for a company for 3 years where I was on a different crew. I would come in and it would be different crews every single time, different people. Sometimes you get the same crews, but I never got to pick my crews, and it was definitely hard doing that. But if I do have the opportunity to pick my crews, I want to pick them with the people that I know and trust. And I did want to throw something out there really quick to our women colleagues in there. I have even noticed in my career where there's been some times where it's a traveling crew where the company doesn't want to hire another woman on the crew because sometimes we might have to bunk up on beds and they don't want to pay for another hotel room. Have you guys ever felt that you've lost work because you are a woman in the industry? I see Mary laughing, and I've actually dealt with this on the first hand where I was like, hey, I need this person on this show. And the company's like, oh, well, we're going to have to pay for another hotel room. I was like, okay. Well, they're like, well, she can't bunk with anybody. I'm like, yeah, she can't bunk with anybody, so get another hotel room, spend $1,000. I need her on my show. Like, if you want the show to go happen the right way, this is the person I need. So book her now, and plain and simple, or I'm not doing the show. So I've seen it firsthand with that, and I just want to see if any of you have had that. And I'm sorry if I'm throwing off topic, Omar, but I just felt that that's kind of something I think that the community as a whole kind of needs to talk about too. That's huge discrimination, and that could be a lawsuit on the company if they ever found that out. So,
yeah, no, so that's fine. You're not throwing us a topic at all. Iris will go to you, then Mary. But before we do that, Austin, I know you wanted to address the audience real quick.
I do. This conversation has been super impactful and super powerful because it's so much necessary information that's being shared amongst each other and amongst our community, coming amongst the understanding as to where we should be at working together as a team, the things that we should be working towards to try to execute a common goal. But obviously realizing how we can be a little bit more proficient and efficient as a team member, making sure that we're not offending or negatively affecting someone else on the team. And we're always working together, like I said, towards a common goal, making sure that we build each other up in the process. It is my time. I have to say goodnight for the evening. We've been a little bit over time, and I've just deep dived into this conversation. It's been such a pleasure to be a part of it. But unfortunately, I do have to step away for the rest of the evening. But I want to encourage you guys to continue going with this conversation because it is extremely powerful, impactful, and absolutely necessary. But take care, you guys. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and I appreciate all of you for being a part of it. Take care.
Bye, Austin.
Bye-bye. Night, Austin.
See you
See you
Sunday.
Sunday.
Night.
Bye.
bye, guys. Omar, you're muted.
There we go. So we're drilling down, which I totally expected, which is fine. We've got some great comments. I want to kind of blow through these. If you guys see anything that we should stop on and address, let's stop and address it. So I posted this one while he was talking. Obviously, I thought that was very good. That's a very good statement to make, I guess, from Randy right here. Thank you for saying that. Was from Tracy. Oh, Tracy's here with us.
Omar is just pumping you up to from for Austin.
Alan said, "Bravo." So here's one from Henry. That could be addressed right here. I hate with a passion if ever I see a male person disrespect a female person and make them feel belittled or have them feel beneath them. As a northern person from New York and Latino, I didn't have hair on my tongue, and will tell a male person that they need to respect a female to the utmost respect because you won't want any male any disrespect your mother or sister. Because you wouldn't want any male disrespecting your mother or sister. I agree with that. I don't think I agree with that. Mary, you were saying something?
I agree with it. That kind of feels a lot along the lines of like the chivalry pattern. Yeah. Go on, Iris. Mute her mute button.
I was actually going to answer Trevor's question from before. Some companies don't think about it at all. I have traveled with a labor company, and they cram you all in as few spaces as possible. And the first night of one trip, I had to bunk with a guy whose girlfriend absolutely freaked out. And the next trip, I got did they talk to you about the room? And I said, no. And I said, sometimes I get my own room. And they said, there is no your own room. And I said, okay, well, I'd rather stay with someone who I've known for a while than someone I just met. So in answer to your question, some companies don't even think about it. They just schedule the people and don't even.
As an owner of a company, the risk of that is like managing risk. You always have company. You have to manage risk, and that is a huge risk when you have. Because if I was to go put two people in there, they might have had a disagreement on work. Maybe that guy said something to the woman coworker, and they have to room together overnight, and something happens. And, it might have been innocent where, he went to the bathroom and there could have been innocent, but it could have been taken the wrong way because there was already some things there. He didn't mean anything. Or maybe there was some maliciousness there. That risk is exponentially huge and can completely devastate a company to no end. You're going away.
And I had no prior knowledge that I was going to have to room with a guy. We went with it because we're out of state, but I was not given foreknowledge and not given that choice before we ever got there.
That's something that I discuss and specifically talk about with companies when I'm going out of town is what's the rooming situation? Do I get my own room? Am I rooming with another female? What's going on with that? My last rope access job, I was doing a weatherproofing on a bridge, and they put all 5 of us in the same house, and my supervisor actually was the one who grabbed my butt, and I had to report it after he brought some sort of negative feeling towards me after I told him to keep his hands off me. It is a risk situation when you are putting a female in with a bunch of guys, whether they're all housed in the same house. My other coworkers were there, and I was communicating with them what was going on, but not a single one of them said oh, you should call the head guy and tell them the thing. It was on me to say, all right, I'm disrupting work. This is now too uncomfortable for me, and nah, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Hey, Omar, I didn't know it was going to be as long. We have to
Buenas
go.
tardes. We're going to get good night, guys.
We will be there next week if you need us at all. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
All right, guys. So I think we'll start wrapping it up now.
Henry was going to mention the company.
What was that, Iris? Yes, it was.
I said to Henry, I wasn't gonna out the company.
But he did.
He did.
So I want to thank again everybody who came in tonight, everybody who joined us, everybody who watched with us. We got tons of positive feedback. I love this conversation. I hope that when people see this in the replay side, that they understand that I wasn't coming from a place of disrespect or trying to instigate any kind of ill conversation here. Trevor obviously had some amazing input and insights coming from the business side. Mary, you've had some great insights coming from that rigging side, where honestly, I'm blown away that someone would take anything out of your hand or do anything when you're a rigger. Like those are, in my opinion, life or death situations. Like you don't fuck with that shit, honestly. And then Iris, thank you again for being here so much and just participating. I just want to let the audience know that it's out there, that everybody came here freely of their will with intentions of just having open conversation and speak with anybody. And again, this isn't the Omar show, so if you guys have anything you want to say before we close it in the night, please speak your piece.
Thank you for having me, guys.
So I'll go over some of these last comments that are just coming in right now. I'll blow past that one. And we will close it out on this last one.
I was on a gig on NOLA. That's one of my worst cities. I do not like going to New Orleans. That's just a personal preference. I've always had like bags lost or something going into New Orleans airport. So
it was definitely an interesting trip.
Food's okay, but oh my goodness. Hey guys, thank you very much for having me. I'm really appreciative of being here, and I'm super happy that this is a topic that we're able to bring to our community, and we really need to shed some light on this because I think it's a definitely needed topic. So thank you guys for having me.
No, thank you for being here, and thank you for the community. And I'm sorry, Mary, I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just also gonna say my thanks and I mean, I don't feel like I'm that important of a person, but obviously you guys do. So.
What? No, trust me. All it takes is one person to make a difference. The main goal always with me with these videos, right? Again, it's not to make me and put me on screen like that. It's to I read a lot of books, and I'm a big reader, and for me, it's you read that one sentence, that string of words, right, that makes a sentence, or someone says that one line, and it just clicks something in your brain, which changes your personality to move forward in life and to be better, right? It just takes that one little verbiage from that one person who you may not have known, who's designated in your circle, to tell you that one thing or explain something in a certain way that just makes something click so easy for you. Obviously today, we brought up a lot of conversations, that things I didn't even think about that I thought were totally relevant to the conversation. Someone else said it who I don't know personally, but I was like, man, that's a perfect explanation. That what 3 sentences you made in this comment was just a perfect way to describe something that I had to think about that is totally impactful to what we're talking about right now. And that's the goal of these conversations, is, between now and moving forward, is just to have those open dialogues and to hopefully unlock something to somebody so that they don't have lazy thinking, essentially, right? They're conscious of their environment, of who they're with, who they're talking to, and again, it also making the industry better. Trevor and me have worked together a lot in industry, and we've been through a lot of different scenarios, and we've traveled all over the U.S. And some stories he mentioned today, I was like, oh yeah, I know who you're talking about. Because we've been through and seen a lot of things, and I've been fortunate to be with a crew. Even with Henry's in the conversations and all these other guys. I've been with a bunch of crews that, luckily, I've not seen this as much as I've heard about it, which I'm happy for it. And I apologize for people in the industry on my behalf to you, both of you, Iris and Emer, that you have to deal with that. And I hope that this happens less moving forward, and that these conversations are helping move that process forward to be treated the same. And guys are kind of who are worried, like, I don't know where to do, I don't know where to stand, now have a better understanding of where they can be, and they can think a little bit smarter and stop being so lazy with their mindset and their person and the way they act around women just because it's a woman. Like, who cares?
Yep.
Anyways, bye Facebook land. Thanks for having us. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for everything. See you guys next Wednesday.
Bye guys.
Bye.